Heading levels in PowerPoint are a bit of a different beast than when we are using a word processing program. I have created a brand new PowerPoint presentation, and as is normal with PowerPoint, it has given me a single slide to work with, and that slide says click to add title and click to add subtitle. When we are working in PowerPoint, there's no style pane up in our ribbon. We don't have an option for adding heading level 1, heading level 2, or heading level 3. Instead, what PowerPoint does is it predefines a single heading level per slide, treating each slide kind of like its own standalone document. So what we're going to do in this video is add a couple of new slides, output it to PDF so that you can see how that styling affects your final document. So I will just add some text and then create a couple of new slides. When I click my new slide, this is going to be dependent on the template that you are using and if you have modified any of your master slide items. It's really important to be cautious about altering master slide items or adding text in that's not part of your slide template. The reason being is when I add this title and add this subtitle, the reading order is going to be correct and the styling is going to be correct. As you'll see in a minute, this will come in as a heading 1. This will come in as paragraph text. So let's add some new slides. We'll add a title and content slide. Notice the title and content slide has a built-in list. That means that when I bring this over, this is automatically going to be styled under a list tag, and you'll see what that looks like in a minute. If you don't want this list, just come up to your bullets and take it off. For now, we'll leave it in just so you can see what that looks like on the back end. Next, we're going to add a section header. As you will see when we output this document, this one is going to be a little bit different. A section header represents a new start. So the way that PowerPoint is going to handle this is similar to this first one. This one is going to come in as a heading level 1 and normal or paragraph text. This second one is going to come in as a heading level 2 with paragraph text that's formatted as a list. This third one, because it's a section header, if we add the title, you will notice that when we bring this over to a PDF, the section header is again going to be a heading level 1. While in Microsoft Word, we may only want to use one heading level 1 per document, that's not the case in PowerPoint. In PowerPoint, it is okay to have multiple heading level 1s. And in fact, it's not something that you can control. All right, we have 5 slides that we can use to figure out what it is that all of our styling is going to do when we bring it over to a PDF. So I'm going to go ahead and use my Acrobat tab to create a PDF. If you don't have Acrobat installed, you will not have this tab. If you are not planning on installing Acrobat, just watch along so you can get a sense of what happens when we use those titles on each slide. So I'm going to go to Create PDF. Because I haven't saved this, it's going to tell me that we need to save it first. I'll come to my desktop, to my ICAD documents, and to my originals, and title this ICAD presentation. Now it's going to ask me where I want to save my PDF. So same thing, desktop, ICAD documents. In this case, I'm going to place this in the ready to publish because it is not an original anymore. Once the PDF Maker has done its work, the PDF will automatically open. And we're just going to take a look at the back end at the tags. And again, if this is beyond what you understand about how to deal with PDFs, that is okay. That's not the purpose of this. The purpose of this is just to see what happens when we use those different styles for each of our individual slides. So I'm going to come to my tags. You'll notice that PowerPoint, when it outputs to a PDF, keeps each individual slide in its own SECT or section tag. So I can twirl this down. This is our title, and you can see that is in a heading level 1 tag. Let's go to the next slide. If I twirl this down, twirl that one down, you can see that one came over as an H2 tag. And remember, that's because of the style of the slide that we used. This third slide, remember, was our section header slide. And you'll notice if we twirl these down, this is again a heading level 1. The fourth slide was the to content slide. I've got more tags in this one. These ART tags are article tags. They are just the way that PowerPoint chooses to organize the tags. And you can see we've got an H2 here. And then just as we figured, we have list tags underneath there. And if we twirl down those lists, we have a label for the bullet. And then the list body is whatever text is in there. On this last slide, the comparison slide, a lot more text. So we have a lot more of those article tags. This top one is that H2 tag. Non-list text is housed in a paragraph tag. And then our subtext is again in that list tag because it was formatted as a bulleted list in PowerPoint. So as you are working in PowerPoint, it's really important that you are using the slide templates that are defined in your document and making sure that you're keeping your title in the title area and any text in the existing text boxes that are there.